Hello. Yes, it is recording.
Hello.
You can see my voice popping up on the little thing where you can see sound waves. This is the TheSaddleCast episode 2. Yeah, we're back again. You liked it so much, we brought it back for you.
We came back. We didn't, run off into the ether.
Yeah. And my name is Stevie, Stumpy the Orca.
My name is Ailey, or Darling Taima, and welcome to TheSaddleCast, you filthy animal.
Yes!
We finally said it.
Yes, we said it. Moving on. Today's topic will be the Blue World Project. There will be tangents, and we do have some submissions to go through as well. But I've mentioned the words Blue World and Project, and now that means we must rant.
Okay, we should probably start with the basics, like what happened. So, the Blue World Project was announced August last year.
15th August.
It was a thing by SeaWorld saying they were going to make their tanks bigger. It literally says here, and the first one was going to be San Diego, and is planned to have a water volume of 10 million gallons, nearly double that of what they have right now. It's going to be 15 feet deep, surface area of 1.5 acres, just, all kinds of fun things. And yeah, that was announced last year in August, actually August the 15th, by their friggin' press release. And apparently, I think San Diego was meant to start this year, 2015, but I think that's been pushed back. 2016, then it was going to be Orlando, and then San Antonio. That's the basics.
They also promised to donate matching funds of 10 million to future killer whale research, especially focused on the endangered southern killer whales. Wonder why they're endangered, motherfuckers.
God damn it, you broke the swearing rule.
Oh, damn it! Oh! Well, we were nearly 2 minutes in. That was better than last week of 38 seconds.
We're getting better. But yeah. That includes, of that 10 million, that includes new projects already funded this year, one that will help the understanding of hearing ranges of killer whales, and other that will improve insight into nutritional status and reproduction of the endangered southern resident killer whale. By mentioning they're endangered twice in the same paragraph, and because we know why they're endangered, you're not helping yourself.
I don't understand how hearing range is going to help them not be endangered.
Oh my goodness, they can hear so far. That obviously will help them make babies.
I mean, what the scientists are doing with the whale museum, they're analysing their poop, which is helping them understand their whole. It actually helps them understand their. I can't remember the word. Basically, it helps them understand when they can have babies.
Their reproductive cycle.
Yes, that would be the words I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's all in their poop, which is why they've got that special poop dog who's awesome.
That's really gross, though.
It is a bit, but it's really awesome the fact that they don't have to bother the whales.
It's like that lady on the diet program who looks at people's poop and is like, "This is all of the bad things that you eat."
No, she's just weird. Okay.
She is really weird.
This is poop for science. That she just looks at their poop for no reason. There's no scientific reason why she should look at their poop.
Yeah, because we already know what it's doing to their bodies. Like, they have health problems. They've talked about it for the rest of the program, but then she takes out their poop and is like, right, this is what's wrong with you. They're like, we know. Stop looking at people's shit.
Moving on from shit, and back to the project, there is reason for massive skepticism for many reasons.
Yes. No.
There are no plans.
None at all.
We were looking forward to these plans. We've checked.
They never came.
Yeah, we've checked the California Coastal Commission a lot.
Daily.
In Daly's case.
Since they were announced in August, I've been looking for these plans, because I was like, in August I hadn't started architecture yet, and I was like, okay, this will I can look at them as I go through architecture. And then I was like, still not here yet. I started studying, learned about foundations and stuff. Still nothing. I know about foundations and stuff now. Still nothing. It's been a whole semester. I've done 4 months, and there's nothing.
Yeah. The only thing on the California Coastal Commission is them applying for a permit to put in more speakers. That's
also,
it.
the one with them, they were denied something in July or June. I can't remember which one it was. Hang on, I have it in this link. I can find it in a second.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Because I remember going through it trying to find like details on ground soil and stuff for you, but I didn't understand a word of it. I was like, does this help at all?
And then you find the right one, and I was like, yes! And then they must have photocopied it in with the ugliest scanner I've ever met in my life.
Oh god, yeah.
It was so ugly. I was like, what the hell is this? Oh my god. Oh, Deputy Director's Report in 2014. Let's take a peek. I mentioned concrete footing. I'm not helpful here. Jesus Christ, you're loading quickly today.
It's the loading song. Gotta have a loading song.
The loading song. Okie doke. They wanted 5 shade structures over each of the 5 existing animal care pools with concrete footings, fixed shade structures, and bird perching deterrent over the shade. Structures will be open from all sides and will not exceed whatever. I think that's the last one they've put in.
Well, they denied that one, or did they get that one?
I don't know. I think they got this one. But the one they put in for more parking, that got denied hardcore.
Yeah.
It was like, no. Fuck you and your parking.
More space for your parking than for your wheels.
Kinda shitty.
Yeah. So there's no plans for it yet, and considering they were supposed to start it, this year, they've got to get it approved. It's got to go through the commission.
Yeah, it was meant to start this year, but then they pushed it back. I'm assuming they pushed it back to 2016, because it mentions the San Diego environment is expected to open to the public in 2018, and they have 2 years construction, which I'm supposing means they're not going to start until 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been pushed back a year. Which is kind of stupid, because if they wanted to get in before, or maybe not, because they want to know if A, B, whatever is going to get through, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose that's why they put in, well, maybe that's why they put in the forward-looking statements at the bottom.
Yeah, because they say, hang on, because they have at their bottom in legalese, which I know is standard speak, I know, but it's just, I was making the point that because Seaworld announced it doesn't mean they have to go through with it. They actually have a list of reasons why they can go through with it, if actual reasons that can mean that they don't go through with it, including factors beyond management's control adversely affecting discretionary spending and attendance at the parks.
Attendance.
Not like they have a problem with attendance right now.
Well, their attendance of 8.4 million was down from 8.9 million. It's not much of a drop, but that's between 2 quarters in 2014, so...
Yeah. It's incidents or adverse publicity concerning the company's theme park.
Adverse publicity.
And change in federal and state regulations governing the treatment of animals. So currently, out of the 6 they have, they also have protecting intellectual property infringement, outbreak of infectious diseases affecting the company's animals.
Yeah, that one's pretty standard, I imagine.
Yeah, and uncertainties and factors set forth in the section entitled Risk Factors in the company's annual report. So I'm guessing those 2 are kind of more basic, as well as the intellectual property.
Well, I imagine they had to put it in to start with, because they were announcing massive plans without putting through any of the plans.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, it's a bit shit. You don't announce things.
So that's probably why they had to put the clause in anyway, but they decided to maybe add some more in, maybe just... I don't want to say that they're going to not do it and blame it on anti-caps, but they might, you know? SeaWorld, they're slimy to me. I mean, just bugs me.
They're really gross. I'm not entirely...
I mean, I don't like the fact that whales have to be in captivity, but I would like them to have bigger enclosures, you know? While they're there, they might as well have... As long as they're not going to overbreed and basically make their bigger tanks useless again.
I think that may be what they're trying to do. I'm not sure.
I know they have got the life expectancy of them getting a bit better than what it was. So
what's really weird is they sent the Skylar, Kohana, Quito, and Tekoa over to Laurel Park. But, like, I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that they didn't have the space for them. But now we've got a ton of more whales, and we seem to have space for them.
Yeah.
Like, it's a...
I'm not sure if Skype has crashed. Or you've gone very quiet. Skype has crashed! Oh god. Now you only have to listen to my voice. What is going on? Oh, Skype has to make the weirdest noises. Hello?
That was weird.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, now everyone has a recording of me going, you've either gone quiet or you've gone.
It was probably your side, because I'm technically connected straight into the internet box.
Yeah, it's definitely probably my side. It's iffy as hell. Can't wait to leave this particular company I'm with. Because last week it was down for an entire half a day. I know I wasn't here because I was at work, but my other half has to use the internet, and he was pretty pissed off.
Yeah, because he does like 3D modeling and that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has to upload and download all kinds of like massive files to his clients and stuff, and he couldn't do it.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah. It's not good.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on from that slight crash and back to what you were talking about before you were rudely cut off.
What was I talking about there?
See, now I could go back and listen, but I think then that might be deja vu for everyone. But I can't remember what exactly it was. I think it was space in Laura Parque. Yes.
Oh yeah, because I think it was mentioned somewhere that they sent them away because there wasn't space, but now we've got a lot more whales and they're still AIing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they're not dying off anymore. I hate saying that, but they're getting better care now in captivity. They shouldn't still be there. They're staying alive for longer, so you're not gonna have. You're gonna have them much older in the park, and you're still gonna have the young one. If you keep breeding like you are, you're definitely gonna run out of space.
Yeah.
Even with the expansion, which still doesn't quite meet the UK regulations. It does.
Still using that as like my basis for things. Like, it's really sad that SeaWorld's meant to be the best care. And they don't fit our minimum.
No.
Our minimum. Come on, guys.
Nowhere fits our minimum. Marineland France would fit the minimum if they didn't have the tank separated. And even then, they only technically count because they fill the gallons amount. They do not count because they are not deep enough. Because they're supposed to be a minimum. Yeah. They're like...
Nobody fits.
No one. Not even the biggest tank in the world.
That's really sad, to be honest. That even with this like mass, like, Blue World project, it's going to be big. And we're just like...
Yeah, it's gonna be big, yeah, I'm gonna admit it's gonna be really big, and it's gonna be quite impressive to look at, but it's still not gonna fit the minimum regulations
of the UK.
Yeah.
And that's kind of shit.
Because it's what? It's gonna be like 15 foot deep? What is it? It's gonna become that?
Of like, see, deep sea, the World Project.
Yeah, how deep is it going to be?
It's going to be a maximum of 50 feet.
50 feet. I was going to say 15. I was like, hang on, that's really tiny.
50.
50.
But like some of the renders show them next to like a shore. And I was like, how are you going to do that? Like,
you're going to say, I mean, the UK average is it's a minimum of 12 meters, which 50 feet is over 12 meters, but it has to have an average of 15 throughout the entire primary enclosure, and 50 feet is only just 15 meters. And if they've got a shoreline, which I imagine that maybe they're trying to reproduce like proper slide outs, well, not proper slide outs, or like orcas who do slide out do it on the really steep beaches, don't they? Yeah, they're on steep beaches, okay? So don't compare slide outs to them because they're on a steep, sloping beach. Slide outs are flat, okay?
Yeah, they sort of have to heft themselves up onto a flat thing instead of like on a slope where they can slide out again.
Yeah, I mean, Ulysses had the worst slide out I've ever seen, actually. When he was in Barcelona, his slide out, it was actually like at least 2 foot off the water. So he had to like throw himself up.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I was watching the video like, why is that there? Why is he using that? Ow! That must hurt.
He literally has to chuck himself up. He had to chuck himself upwards.
Yeah, literally.
That's so shit.
Yeah, I mean, the video was in Spanish, so I didn't understand much else, so I could really just talk over it going, ow, ow, my organs.
Yeah, because it's like, if you lie on your stomach for a long time, sometimes it hurts. You're just like, that's kind of bit shit. And then like, I can't imagine how much it must weigh down if you're like
not used to it at all. Cause you're like
tons and tons.
Yeah, you're like you're normally floating around the water. You got 3D space, and then all of a sudden it's.
Because it's like, when you get out of the swimming pool after you've been swimming for a long time, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm so heavy. This is the worst experience ever.
It really is.
It's so bad. Why is that a thing? But yeah, is that what it's like? Because that's pretty shit.
It's like your whole life in water, and then you try and get out of it. That must so much respect like for the Patagonians right now.
So much respect. I mean, they're throwing themselves out of everything.
Yeah, they're just throwing themselves out for food as well. It's like, come on, let's go for this. We've decided seal hunting in the water is too mainstream. We're going to throw ourselves out onto the beach.
I mean, I love food, but not that much. Not that much.
Anyway, I think the main reason that the Blowword project might have been announced, maybe it was announced earlier than they wanted to, or whatever, was because, not only because of Blackfish, they lost quite a lot of companies in terms of financial, like, sponsorship. They lost Southwest Airlines, didn't they?
Yes, they lost airlines. They lost a few things. They lost quite a few.
Yeah, they lost a few sponsorships from various places. And
I just know, I remember they lost the Shamu planes.
Yes, that was Southwest Airlines, the Shamu planes.
Yeah, that was the big one I remember, because I was just like, oh, they're gone. They're not being a thing anymore. And it was also their 50-year anniversary in San Diego, which is why I assumed they would be starting, I don't know, it's just weird. I thought they might announce it at the end of that year.
They sort of just went right before the crash of whatever. I don't understand stock markets myself, but I know there was a crash of it.
Yeah, their stock went down quite. They hit pop a lot.
Yeah. So it might have been timed like that, so to get people back to the park, so, say this is what we're going to improve on. Come visit us so you can see the difference when you come back in a few years or something. I don't know. But one thing I got was the fact that they're going to reintroduce the water treadmill.
Yeah, they said something about currents, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, they originally had the idea a few years ago of having a fast water current, like a treadmill, so that whales would swim against it and they'd get more exercise. But they never actually introduced it, as far as I know.
But I don't think it got anywhere. I think it was just
an idea that they had, and they thought, and they sent it out.
Yeah, like it says here, among other things, it is planned to include a fast water current that allows whales to swim against moving water. This functionally increasing speed and diversity.
That would be good for them. Yeah, I can't see that being a bad thing.
I can't see it being a bad thing.
I mean, imagine to some of them that are born into just tanks of no moving water at all, it might be a bit of a surprise.
You swim in, they're like, holy shit, what the fuck is this?
And that is actually a really depressing thought to think about. They've never had to deal with a moving current before.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, like, because their parents and grandparents, if they're a wild caught, did experience the North Atlantic. Mm-hmm. Even for a couple of years. And
there's some strong
living beside the North Atlantic, I'd say there's a current.
It's pretty damn strong one.
There's a couple of currents in there.
Yeah.
Some of them are a bit shit, not gonna lie. Oh god. I like to swim in the North Atlantic. It's freezing as fuck. Do not recommend it. It's fun. Jesus Christ.
One thing that's getting me with this article that I'm reading, which also covers like everything to do with about the time of the World War Project, it mentions that SeaWorld clearly sees this as a two-pronged approach, showing consumers it cares both about the animals in the wild and captivity. Though details are at this point scarce, but SeaWorld promises more will be announced in the coming weeks.
Oh.
And nothing has come out of it since, has there? There's not
they have said nothing about it.
There's been that press release in August, and that's been it. And we haven't heard of the California Coastal Commission had a meeting this month, and it wasn't even mentioned there.
Yeah, I've looked through the entire January meeting. There's nothing pertaining SeaWorld. There's nothing like of them showing the plans off. There's nothing of them even having a presentation, submitting any petition, any permits or anything. There's nothing on their mention. Which is weird, because apparently they were meant to show stuff off, but it never went in. Mm. And that really annoyed me, because I was looking through this for like a couple days thinking I missed something. And I was like, no, there's nothing being submitted. There's no mention of them in the entire January meeting. So I'm guessing the next time they have a meeting is February, which is... I have so many links up right now. February the 11th to the 13th. That's the next time they're up. So yeah, it's just a bit weird, because we haven't heard anything from SeaWorld, who usually like sing praises about any...
Yeah, wasn't there there was a calf born at that park in particular as well?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, because Kalia's calf, like, she's a month old now, or so.
Yeah.
And I would be thinking they would capitalize on this opportunity to be like, this calf is going to, like, have a new home in a couple of years. Blue War Project, talk about that. But I haven't heard anything. There's been no press releases that I can see.
No.
For any developments or anything. Like, it's literally, we have the website, we have the press release. That's it.
It's not mentioned in any of their investors' documents or, plans for the future. It includes... Really,
where it should be mentioned, it just isn't in there.
Yeah, in the longer term, it says here in this, one of their third quarterly reports, that we continue to work with our partners in the Middle East, evaluating business plan, technical models, and proposed agreements for a multi-part development. The first phase of this project is expected to open in 2020. Now, they're talking about projects in 2020, but they're not talking...
the ones in 2016.
Yeah. That to me is like, well, why are you mentioning this in your...
When this is more prominent.
In the quarterly report where you also released literally plans to expand your tanks.
Like, why wouldn't you mention that in the investors report? That's surely something that should be pretty important. Hey guys, we're going to do major overhaul on our prime asset.
It mentions that they're going to do cost cutting, which I'm assuming is what's covered in the whole when they let a lot of people go on redundancy.
Yeah, because they're cost cutting 50 million, is it?
Yeah, 50 million. 50 million will be saved from cost-cutting measures over the course of 2015.
So they mentioned the money they're saving, the long-time ideas for the Middle East, but not anything that's going to be pretty recent. Like,
yeah, I mean, they should have plans going. They should have people assessing the ground out there.
They should have so many stuff going on right now. They should have plans written up. They should be doing stuff. They need geotechnical tests. I'm not sure what the land is like in San Diego, but it needs to be tested.
Yeah, it needs to be tested for that much weight to go on it.
Yeah, they're going to have to assess the weight because there's already a big structure there. The tanks, see, the thing about soil is you have to test it to see if it will hold up all of the buildings. So imagine under the tank there's like this little ball of weight or energy on the soil. And if you build something on it and the soil can't hold this ball anymore, it's going to collapse. And when the soil collapses, it takes buildings with it. So you have to test the soil or half your buildings might go under the ground. It might slump, which for a tank made of glass and plastic and other such things, this would be horrendous. Because if that goes, it's going to take it with it.
It really will. It'll be disastrous as well.
Basically, yeah. So they really need to test their soil in San Diego. And I don't know, they should have plans in. I mean, I remember people saying when it was first announced that, oh, this is rushed. And people were saying, no, this must have been planned months ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, not really, because what I'm seeing is a couple of renders
on
a website that was announced that was launched in August. And people in my first year architecture class can do renders and plans and that in like better than this in 8 weeks. This doesn't have to be entirely planned months and months and months in advance. I have seen no proof that it has yet. You've either gone really quiet or you've gone.
Sorry, I'm still here. It's just I'm reading. I'm trying to read through like what research that, because obviously if they're gonna try and get out of building this Blue World project, they can turn around all they like and say, oh yeah, this turned out that we couldn't do this because of the plans, it didn't go right, etc., etc. But what does that mean for the donation that was supposed to be making to research? I mean, have they done any? Obviously, since they haven't started building any project, they said they were going to send matching funds. So they obviously haven't committed.
Matching funds, which means that they would have to spend funds to match them.
They haven't spent any funds on that yet. So
how can they match anything yet?
Yeah. It's also pointing out that the matching funds will be in addition to current killer whale research being conducted by SeaWorld scientists. And the phrase SeaWorld scientists... I'm sorry, don't you mean hubs? SeaWorld Hubs is your science division. I've never heard of a SeaWorld scientist before.
Yeah, SeaWorld is like the parks bit. SeaWorld Hubs is the science bit.
Watch it. Also, this sentence, which has been bugging me for a while. Recognizing the ocean health is a leading concern for killer whales and all marine mammals in the wild, we are pleased to announce we are embarking on a multi-million-dollar partnership focusing on protection in the ocean. More details of the partnership and its mission will be announced in the coming weeks. So again, nothing has been announced since.
We haven't heard anything.
No
about that.
research is being funded. Fuck this.
It's just really annoying because we have no information. And then some people are like, oh yeah, Blue Whale Project, it'll be fine because it can solve stereotyping and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, but we're not sure if it's going to get built yet. There's no evidence right now that it is.
There's no evidence that they're literally doing anything. Yeah. I mean, if they could just maybe bring out another press release saying, oh, this is where we're going, or what's stopping them, or something like that.
This is where we are with it. But no, we haven't had anything. All we have is that one press release and this website, which says more details will be released, and they never have been. It also annoys me that they've given very particular sizes.
Yes.
Because the Coastal Commission can change the plans. Like, they can change them all they want. There's like, they look at it and they're like, oh, environmentally, does this hold up? Like, is this best for this space? Is this viable? They can say approved with alterations. So why are you giving us such specific sizes if you don't know that's what you're going to give us?
Plus, if they have such specific sizes, it doesn't mean that there's a plan somewhere.
Yeah, why haven't we seen this plan?
I mean, if
why
they've got
have we seen no evidence of it?
If you've got such specific sizes, then surely that means there must be a plan out there which you're getting them measurements from. Because I imagine they've got the area and everything. It's not like they're just going, oh, we're going to build it this deep. They've got a minimum and a maximum depth. They've got them windows. They've clearly got some plans out there somewhere.
They've planned to give it, like, they've got the planned water volume. They've got the planned surface area. How much it was, like, spanning over more than 350 feet in length. They're getting this from somewhere. This isn't just random information, but we've never seen this. Like, if they've got plans, why aren't they submitted? Because this was in August.
Yeah. And they said they were going to start building this year. That's not happening. Unless it's the end of this year now.
It might be end of this year, start of next year, but I don't know. It's just a bit, what is going on?
It was all of a sudden, wasn't it? It was all of a sudden someone put up this picture of, like, they'd covered over this massive sign at the park and gone, there's a big announcement tomorrow. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Why would you suddenly announce that you have a big announcement, like, a day before?
Yeah, this is the sort of thing that
I was
run up to.
Yeah.
They're like, I'll give them one thing. SeaWorld know how to put on a show. They're showmen. They live off this kind of thing.
Mm.
So why was this announcement so rushed and quick and just odd?
It really was odd. I wasn't expecting it. I mean, if they, not even like hints were put out, like a couple of, we hinted about Saddle Patch for like a month,
Yeah, it's just sort of like, well, where does this come from?
It's like they had it tucked in a corner from an old project and thought, quick, let's submit it. Or not submit it, like press release it or something. Something hinky went on with it.
Something a bit weird.
Right, yeah. Have we got any more to cover on this? Because we've gone pretty much.
We could probably look over how the Blackfish bill has been.
Yes.
And how it may affect the animals, because that's a thing as well.
Yes.
I have all this up. So I'm keeping those up. Yes. And I'll close the commission right now. Okay. So I have no idea what the words are for this bill. Hang on, I'll find it.
It's
AB something.
AB 12012. That's a lot of numbers.
There are a lot of numbers.
I just
I'm
closed
not
it.
entirely fond of it, but
this is the point where I go, I closed this tab.
Put off for another year so they can, for further study and evidence gathering, I think, and because
they want to focus on droughts.
The lawmakers right now are more focused on drought legislation than anything about.
Yeah, it's always humans that come first. Like I was reading something. Sorry, I was going through the Saddle Patch, so I read a lot of things yesterday. But it was how the only reason they realized that PCBs were bad for everything was the fact that it was human breast milk. And then they realised that, oh shit, it might be in the animals too, and they looked into it and realised it was, and that's how it started getting banned. So it's always humans that come first in anything.
Yeah. And right now, it's all about the legislation is more focused on drought and that kind of stuff at the moment. So to be honest, it's probably a good idea because at the moment it would probably just get like, no, we've got bigger things to worry about right now. Off you pop. See you later.
Yeah.
So if they wait, gather more evidence, then they have more stuff to work with, really. But yeah, because this can affect.
I mean, it's not like when New York banned them. They didn't have any. There wasn't that to consider.
Yeah, this has got a lot to consider this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, this bill can alter the World Project quite a lot because, like, if it's built and it succeeds, well, SeaWorld can't breed anything. They have a very big, expensive tank that they can't put more whales in.
Yeah, and they wouldn't be allowed to. It pretty much would be pointless because it'd be the whales living there for as long as they live, or one's going off.
I
to
don't
sea
think they can be moved out after that. They can't be moved about, as far as I know.
I'm not too sure. As far as I know, it was the plan was to get them in the best environment possible for each individual whale, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like if some of them could be released, that was going to be, they go to a sea pen and they carry on from that. I mean, whales like Tilikum probably would not be put even in the sea pen.
Yeah,
but in having a bigger tank.
The ones in San Diego who would be have that would be Saka, who I imagine wouldn't be moved to sea pen because she has a lot of offspring who are hybrids, as far as I know.
Yeah.
She has Nakai, Kalia, and Makani, and Kalia has the new calf, so that's 5 of the 11.
Yeah, they'd probably
then there's Corky, whose teeth are abysmal. They're pretty horrendous. And there's Ulysses. Don't know where he would go. He's wild caught Icelandic, but I'm not sure about his health.
As far as I know, his health is alright. I mean, I'm not really. I mean, I only see a few photographs of his teeth. I saw a photograph someone reblogged of him with Kalia's new calf, and he seemed, his teeth look fine from what compared to other photographs where I've looked and gone, where are their teeth gone? It's like, or like if you just see a tongue, it's like, I swear there's supposed to be teeth blocking the view here. It does depend on the individual whale. Of course, there is the issue of the fact that they've been in the tank with them their whole lives. So removing, say, Corky from them to go back to sort of the northern resident area while they go towards more Icelandic, would that be better for them or worse? It's not. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Then we've got some like Orchid who's never moved from San Diego.
Yeah.
She's always been there. And then we've got a couple weird ones because we have Shuka, Ikaika, and Keat. Shuka's from France. She is Marineland Antilles. Well, she was
born
Kim
there.
And what's the other one called? Not Freya. Not Stella. Can't remember right now. But yeah, she is Ainuk's brother. Yes, I think so. Yeah. I had this on the top of my head a second ago. But yeah, she is technically still belongs to France. She was moved to, it was Sharkane. Sharkane's dead, that's why I could remember her. Yeah. She is Ainuk's brother, sister, and Wiki's sister. And yeah, she was moved to Six Flags Ohio in 2002.
Then they got her out of there pretty much, didn't they?
And then she was moved to Six Flags California in 2004. She was there for quite a while. Then she was moved to... Oh, they tried to send her to Marineland Canada. Didn't know that. And then she was sent to SeaWorld San Diego in 2012. So yeah, I don't know what they would do with Shuka, because she's in a weird situation. She's not a SeaWorld animal.
Yeah. That's the thing,
And then
because if
they
the
have
legislation,
little lakes.
if it comes up in banning them, I imagine she would just go back to France.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
she's their ownership. That's a horrible thing to say, but
yeah, she's not a SeaWorld animal. She is a Marineland anti-habitable animal. And then we've got Keat and Ikaika, who aren't related to anyone there. I always find it very strange that they're actually there when they've got family in Orlando. Because Ikaika is Katina's son, and Keat is her grandson. And it's just, I know why they moved Ikaika, but it's still weird that he's there.
yeah, I mean, they're not supposed to. Like, they always say we don't separate mums and carbs, but you do. It's not our fault that you stop using the word calf when they get to about 2 years old.
Which is wrong. There should not be at all separated until like 4 because they still nurse occasionally.
And even then, they shouldn't separate them because that's not how orca families work.
Yeah, but even like as a minimum, because I mean the likes of like Skyla and Keto,
Right,
they were moved to like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I mean that's just, why would you do that? And it wasn't even like the excuse of Kalina is a bad mother. She was a good mother. They just removed.
I mean,
like I understand why they moved some of them. Like they took Suma and Tikoa away, because Taima was going for them. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And Helen as well, when Kyla went for her, that made sense as well. Some don't. Some are just like, why was that animal moved?
Yeah. I mean, obviously they've got something. I mean, but if it's not written in any of like the behavioural sheets that we've managed to get, then yeah,
it's not looking good. Yeah, I know Akaika was moved because when Nolani was born, he did try to mate with the calf.
Try to do the doodle.
Yes. And Katina was paying more attention to Taku and Akaika than the newborn calf. So I think Akaika was given drugs or something to try and mellow him out, and then he was shifted off to Marineland, Ontario, while Taku was moved to San Antonio. And then Akaika came back in 2011 when he was moved to San Diego in 2012. And it's just a bit, why did you put him back there? It's just a bit odd that they moved him to San Diego instead of to...
Yeah, SeaWorld just got too much power. I mean, every other marine park, they've pretty much just got like their own family in there, like Marineland, France. You know, it's one family there.
Yeah.
And stuff like
that. The Japanese are split into 2.
Yeah, they split them up briefly.
Because they had Stella. They have Stella, they used to have Bingo. They have Ran and Rin.
And
then the other one, they have Lovey, Luna, Earth. And I knew all them. God damn it. It annoys me that I can't remember them all anymore. I've been too busy with work for a while. I miss Lara. Lovey, Lara, Earth, and Luna. So they're split, but they're still... They have family there.
Yeah, they've not been
completely separated. Keat lives in San Diego. He was born in San Antonio. And when Kalina was moved to Orlando, she left Keat behind when he was a year and a half. Kalina was pregnant at this point in time.
Oh, Jesus.
Year and a half. Jesus.
Yeah, just... Keat was born February the 2nd of 1993.
Oh wait, technically, wait.
And then
Keat is actually Kalia's father? How old was he when that happened?
Wait, what?
2004. So he was 7. He was like 6. Hang on. 7 and 4 is 11?
Wait, Keat was born in 1993.
Yeah. Kalia was born in 2004. So he mated with Kusaka when he was 11. And then Kalia was born. Yeah.
Whoa.
Kalia was born, but he was moved to San Antonio in 2004, where he mated with Kyla and had Galen, and then he was moved back to San Diego in 2012. So he's been shifted around quite a lot.
Yeah, he's been used for breeding then, really, hasn't he? Who's his Keat? Contar was his dad, I think.
Oh, he was probably used for breeding because his father is Kotar.
Yeah, Contar, yeah.
Not Tillicum. He wasn't a Tillicum.
He was not a Tillicum spawn.
A nice way to put it. But yeah.
Well, he had a lot of kids, let's face it. I still can't, I look at the like family tree and I'm like, what? Really? What? I mean, because I'm so used to looking at wild family trees. Start with the female. It always goes with the female, and it's in captivity, it's the male dominated. Very male dominated.
Everywhere.
Tillicum everywhere. Tillicum children everywhere.
Oh my god! He literally.
They really didn't think that through. It's just they really didn't think breeding through at all.
No, it was not thought out very well.
They tried racing the French.
People can say like, "Oh, it was natural." It's like, yeah, but you still could decide who was in the tank with who.
Yeah.
And you put them in with Tillicum, who seems to have really great sperm, and they had kids all over the place.
Compared to poor old Ulysses, yeah.
Oh, Ulysses.
Like, I tried.
Basically, hang on, right. These are all, actually, I'm going to count the ones that lived, because there's a lot of stillbirths. Hang on. So, Tillicum's offspring are, his sons and daughters are Kayukut, Nutkafor's calf, Taku, Nayar, Una, Sumar, Tuar, Tikoa, Nakai, Kohana, Akaika, Skyla, Malia, Sakari, and Nakayo. And his grandkids are Trua, Nalani, Aiden, and Victoria. This was not planned very well.
No.
That's like quite a lot of animals.
I don't get why they thought, I mean, research was done at that time. They knew the difference between transients and residents. There was enough. No, they knew when they captured them that they were different. And they had a different diet and stuff like that. But they still bred them. And then they thought, you know what? This is a whale that's from the North Pacific. Let's breed it with an Icelandic. Why the hell not? Oh, and let's throw in a Patagonian orca for top it all off. Sorry, no, they haven't done that yet. SeaWorld haven't. That was Marineland, haven't they? Marineland is the one that bred with Schmink. I can't say his name.
Shaman. No, SeaWorld have done that. I'm pretty sure Shaman has got. I'm 100% sure I think he's Kamiya. He's Kamiya's father, I think.
I thought it was just Keijo that was.
No, Mikami and Kamiya are both his children.
Huh. Well, damn me.
And you
breed all over the map.
Keijo.
Oh yeah.
Why all the K names? This is the worst.
Yeah, that's why I can't keep track at all.
This is why I can't pronounce them.
And yeah, it's just a matter of time before we're all going, Morgan's pregnant, and everyone's going to kill SeaWorld.
Oh. Or one of the to be honest, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an Orlando whale next. Because they haven't had a baby in a while. The last one they had was Mikhail. He's going to be like 5 this year.
Well, I suppose if they use them as like a way of getting more visitors to the park, like come see the new baby whale, then I guess going them around different parks would be a good business model. I'm not saying that's what they do. I'm just saying that baby animals always win, which is why zoos often breed animals ready for summer. So there's lots of baby animals when all the kids are off school to come and visit. It's gross, but you know, they do that. It's a business.
And like if you say, oh, SeaWorld don't use them as marketing. Okay, think back to when the new calf was born in Christmas and how everyone wanted pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that for business, guys. I mean, it's kind of shit, but they capitalize on it.
They really do. Because they can easily. Baby animals, always going to be a winner.
Everyone loves babies.
Everyone loves babies.
They're great.
Can't help it. No one likes babies when they cry, though. But whales don't cry.
Or like the first couple of days when they're just born and they look like angry bright red gremlins. But then you give them like a week and they're fine. But baby whales don't have the angry gremlin part, so everyone just likes them instantly.
No, they just have adorable fetal folds.
And they just look like they're all squished, and you're just like, oh.
J50, all the first pictures of J50. I was like, I couldn't actually make words. My other half was like,
no, I was like, hey.
I still, and if in case anyone has not seen the picture of J50,
my God, it doesn't say in.
It says in, alright? Her freaking dorsal says in on it, alright?
It does not say in.
It does. Look at the picture that I posted a very long time ago. It says in.
I swear to God.
It says in. You can't unsee it once you see it. And then in the reflection it says knee.
In the knee. Oh my God.
If they don't name it something that begins with IN, they are missing out. Because it's going to have an amazing scar if she lives. Which I really hope she does. I'm doing everything I can to make sure she does.
I'm saving so much water.
It was this morning I went to go save more water in my little watering can and I forgot it was full and poured it all over my feet. I was like...
So much water saving.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where it's a bit too much. My water butt is overflowing. It's ridiculous.
My tap at Halls is so bad that when, you know how like you're supposed to keep the water while you're heating up the hot water?
Yeah.
And like I end up with like 3 basins and I'm just like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
What am I meant to do with this?
Yeah, that's why I got them like free things from my water company. They attach to taps, and so when your tap's heating up, it doesn't let as much water come out.
Yeah, that's great, but I'm like,
yeah, you're stuck in Halls, so
spitting so much water at me, and I'm just like, shit the bed. What am I supposed to do with all this?
There'll be a use, even if it's just throwing it at someone.
Just chucking it at people.
Alright, and since we covered the Blue World, we did have some submissions. We had an entirety of 3. One of them was an anon that said Saddlecast discussion topics, Comet and the Blue World Project. I think we've covered one of them. Just a bit.
Tiny amount.
And we covered Comet last week, so yeah, you don't count, I'm afraid, dear.
Oh,
sorry. We did cover Comet quite a bit. We don't want to have another rant about him.
Comet's great, but I hate him. But I love him, but I hate him.
Oh, and there was another one about the dominance theory. That's my phone.
I thought that was a bit weird. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a quote from Team Fortress 2. It's my text tone.
God damn it.
It's Soldier announcing that this is a bucket. Anyway, there was one about the dominance theory. Mainly that the wild pods don't have a dominance because they're able to just split away and start their own matriline's when they are pissed off with each other, essentially. they've got the whole ocean. They have a small tank.
Yeah, they can literally just fuck off.
Yeah, SeaWorld says that, they're one big family, but they are, but only because they're forced. They don't have wings. They can't go, right, I'm fed up with you fuckers, I'm off.
I'm 100% sure that's what Mouse said. She was like, I'm up to here with you fuckers. I'm leaving.
Oh, and the other one we pretty much already covered about how SeaWorld never separates mothers and calves. They call them calves, but then the rest of the scientific community refers to them as descendants or offspring through their whole lives.
Yeah, because offspring tend to stick together.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of, wild whales, they are calves because they are small, but they never leave them on side. It's not like, especially resident pods and such. It's not like
even Icelandics, because then we've got 012 and 013.
Yeah.
Who are literally never apart.
And they're actually transients technically. It's a confusing classification. There's not enough research, really, but
research.
They eat marine mammals, and the other whales that eat marine mammals in the North Pacific are referred to as transients, so I'm going to use the same technical term to refer to these guys. And the transients in the North Pacific do have a different system, which is why they have a different ID system, because they do split off. Transients do split off from mums.
Yes, they do, yeah.
So they have a different ID system to the residents. So that way they always know who their mother was by the ID rather than having to write it down. Which I think is a good idea.
Yeah.
Been doing databases at the moment, and it's like, okay, who is this offspring? And then writing a load of numbers. Complicated. Well, it's fun. I love it. What am I on about? And that's it for submissions, I think. Oh, except one that says the Greenland Orcas ID link doesn't work. Oh my god, does anything in that...
Why do people keep moving the ID links?
Why?
Why right now? What is going on?
Does any of the
ID... aware that we exist? Right.
Yeah. Does anyone know if any of the ID links in that link actually work? Because I swear I've got at least 4 now that are supposedly down, and I don't even remember posting it. This is why there's a new system. So you can just say, right, okay, this doesn't work, and this ID number is this. So I can go in the back and double check if it's our link that's broken or if it's the actual link that's broken. It's a lot easier.
Trust us.
It is. Also, really? The Greenland link is working fine for me. I'm very sorry, person, whoever you are, but it works. Someone's obviously been fucking with you.
You heard it.
Sorry. It's right here.
I understand.
Just... Yeah. Sorry, person, if you're listening. You were really nice in saying it didn't work, but it works for me.
It's like the Southern Resident one. That's had so many.
Oh my god.
People. It doesn't work, and I'm like.
It's because
I know.
The Centre for Whale Research decided that they needed more money, so they took all the old ones offline. And I don't blame them. Now, if you want an ID chart, gonna have to join them. Or talk to King Lobo. Because I think it's King Lobo that has the links that I don't want to put on the saddle pack. Am I right?
Which is weird, because you've watched things like Blackfish do less than legal means. But research is research is your point. It's like, no.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, I'll happily get research for people, but when I'm going around, I mean, through ResearchGate, I'll download it for people and pass it on. But that's only because they can't get access because they don't have
I can
academic email or anything like that. But in terms of that ID chart in particular, they've made it so that they can get funding to help the wild whales, and I don't want to be the person who is letting everyone get around that. If that makes any sense. I'll screw over Mark Simmons, but I ain't screwing over a cherry.
Is that your point?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Right, how long have we been talking?
I'm not sure.
Oh my god, 59 minutes.
Oh, shit.
That was longer than I thought.
That was much longer than I thought.
Wow, we've covered a lot.
We have. Oh, wait, hang on.
What should we talk about next week?
Theories, maybe? We've got a
Yeah,
ton of them.
we have a lot of...
back burner.
I was literally trying to write them all down. I was like, so many of these relate to Scottish Wales.
Most of them were like related to
Yeah.
Because there's the Keiko theory. Then there was Project Why Did We Do This to Ourselves, which is very much abandoned at this point in time.
Yes, we're never going back to Why Did We Do This to Ourselves.
Oh god, no, that was horrendous.
And not because it's named Why Did We Do This to Ourselves, indicating that it is terrifying, but we did discover that we actually can't do it.
It's physically impossible.
Research came out, we discovered it wasn't possible, we ditched the project.
It's also like because Project X was the Keiko theory, and then Project Y, and then it became Project Why Did We Do This to Ourselves?
Yes, it was a huge project that we underestimated completely.
Massively underestimated.
We did get a lot of research out of it to put on the saddle patch, so, you know, it wasn't all that bad.
No, we got stuff.
Then we have the nursing theory, which is all about SeaWorld and separating them and not giving them the right milk and how they should be.
Oh, there's the Sellafield one.
Yeah, Sellafield. Aquarius having a brother that looks exactly like him.
Yes.
Various whales that we literally can see on video and not who they are, who are chilling with the West Coasters. They're calves. They're calves as well.
The calves.
Yeah.
The Icelandic hunting theory. With Kasaka and Orchid. And the fact and Kyber.
Yeah, we've got a lot of theories that we can literally probably talk about for hours.
Yeah. Pretty great.
So that'll be next week's episode. If you want to tune in, you know you want to. Come on, you've had fun listening to us, right? I'm smiling and putting my thumbs up, and no one can actually see me, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Come on, you enjoyed it. Give us some reviews as well. That'll be great. There is actually a place on the Saddle Patch itself where you can give feedback.
But none of your feedback will be as good as mine.
No, none of the feedback will ever be as good as Haley's. No.
That was the best feedback you've ever seen, don't deny it.
Yeah, pretty much. Right? So we should probably say goodbye now, because I have to leave in 20 minutes, apparently. I just had a message. That was my message. Yeah. The message saying, are you still podcasting? We have to leave in 20 minutes. So, yeah, I have to go and... Because I've been booked as a taxi, yeah. Alright, folks. Bye-bye.
Later, people.